Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes, and I want it all from the...
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Craftmas Day 23. I'm sorry about the shaking of the video. I was going to trim this little part out where the camera was still shaking, but I don't have that much footage today, and I'm just doing a voiceover, and I want to walk you through it. So my Christmas, like my December Daily album, what I'm realizing is not what most people do for December Daily, where they're telling a story of something that is happening in their like December each day. Mine is more of like just a Christmas album. That's the way I approach it. And I use the numbers as a way to number stories instead of my days. So for this day, I want to tell the history of the tree in New York. And I had seen this in Facebook floating around. I had seen the photo, the black and white photo that I have there. And so I thought it would be fun to document or like share this story. It's one of my favorite Christmas things. I always love watching the lighting of it. And I don't know that I would ever want to go. New York is way too crowded for my situation and the anxiety that I have. So I don't know that I would ever want to see it in person, but I do have a few friends that live in New York, and I text them and said, if you're going to go by there or if you're going to be in the vicinity, would you snap a photo? And so the photo below the black and white photo is actually a photo from a friend that they text me. And then the black and white photo and then all of the other photos are photos I got online. So there's the black and white photo I printed at 5x7. And then there are several other photos that I just printed at 4x6 that I got online when I went and I looked up the history of it. And then there is the tree that's lit, the really pretty one. I got that online. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through and try to figure out how I want to put this together. I know that all my journaling, because I want to tell the history of the tree, I know that's going to be in the middle of the story. So originally I thought that this is how my layout was going to end up looking, but you can see I'm having a little bit of an issue trying to figure out how everything is going to fit in here. I love doing the 8.5x11, which is a new size for me this year, but it's just different. I've never worked with it, so putting these layouts together have taken a little bit more time. So here I am, I'm back again, and I have a few things sorted out. So I know that my journaling is going to be in this middle piece, and I already have that set, and that was really easy. I just printed it out, and then I also printed out one of the photos with the journaling. So that worked out well because I just realized I had too many photos for everything I wanted to do. Originally, I thought I would use this Meet Me Under the Mistletoe like die cut. I thought that would be perfect, but I don't really like that it's white the way it is, and then there's not much of a border to it, and I just feel like it's getting lost. So I go through and I think like I might try to do something else. I end up not using either one of those, you'll see later, but this is sort of the way that my photos are going to go. I'm going to rearrange them one more time before I settle on what I want to do. But I trimmed down the really bright photo of all of the lights. I trimmed that down. It's a 5x7 photo, but I ended up trimming it down slightly, and then I backed it with some pattern paper. And then the picture of the angels, I ended up splitting up and cutting down to like almost like 3x4 because the pictures of the angel are actually not from this current year. They were from a past year. So the tree in the background looked different than the tree looks this year. The big photo of the lighting of the tree that has the filter on it, and then the photo above the black and white photo right now, they're this year's tree. So the photo above the black and white photo, again, is from a friend that lives in New York that snapped that photo for me. And then the one of it lit up is online, and it's obviously very filtered, and it just has like some filters over the actual photo. So here you can see this is where I landed with all of the photos of what I wanted to use. The angel photos I split up, and so I just trimmed that down. It was a 4x6 photo. I found it online. with this article that I used the journaling from. So the angel photos and then the photo of the star, both of those photos and then the photo that is on my journaling all came from that article. So I did the angel photos, I trimmed them down, and you can see that one is pointing towards the outside of the page, and then the one that is on the edge of the page is pointing to the inside of the page, and that is just going to help your eye like travel into the page. So that's specifically why I did those photos that way. I used a sticker from one of the sticker sheets right there that says, "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And then here's the journaling. So I did a title page, or I did the title at the top in a different font. And then I did the article basically is my journaling. So it's not, the journaling isn't anything specific from me. In the past, I've taken a photo of us like watching this, you know, the special, or like when they light the tree, like I've done that in the past in my past albums. But with this particular layout that I'm doing, there is no journaling from me or my perspective. It's literally the history of this. And I love that black and white photo and the photos of the tree this year. I was super happy to get a photo from a friend that lived in New York that worked out really well for this layout. So you'll see later where I put my number. I actually end up putting the number 6 right on this page. And I'm sorry, my head's in the way. And what happened here is when I trimmed down my pattern paper, it ended up being a little short. So then I added the green polka dot paper to it, and then that made it slightly too big. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off a sliver of that, and then that's going to fit into the page protector. And on the other side, I actually ended up having to do a border sticker because the same thing happened. I just cut it. I got my measurements wrong when I was putting this page together. So in a couple clips, you'll see that I pull that page out slightly just to add my number 6 above the tree. But then you see that that photo on the actual journaling part was from that same article. I could have just printed out the article. I just rearranged it a little bit and added the photo in the middle. So then on this side, I still feel like it's kind of plain with just the group of photos. So I want to add a few things. Here you can see I had to add the border to the side of the page. I could have just added a strip of paper, but I didn't have any of that paper from that other side. So here is, I'm just flipping back to show you what day 5 looks like. I was actually looking to see what number I was on. Turns out I'm on day 6. I'm sorry about that cord. My camera was dying. So, and then here I'm just slipping the photos for the next story into the pocket. So that is where I'm thinking that I will put the 6. And I thought this would be the end of the video. Like I'll just put the 6 there. I'll add some of those rhinestones, and then I was going to wrap the video up. I end up coming back and adding the 6 above the tree. So that rounded that page out a little bit. So there's the 5 on that page. And then this story is our favorite ornaments. And I have journaling tucked behind these photos. My ribbon's coming down a little bit, so I'm just going to tighten that up. I'll probably add some twine to that. Then there's a tag there for that journaling. And then it has that 6x8 pocket page in there. And then you turn the page here, and this is story 6. And then it has the history, which is the journaling. And then on the very bottom there, I added a little tag that says sleigh rides 25 cents. So I had to take that out to do all of that. So there's the photos. The next story I'm going to tell is the decorating. And then I wanted to show you that obviously I have the photos in the pockets of like how it's going to go, like the basic layouts. And then I've also typed up some of my journaling and stuck it in different pockets because I don't want to waste my journaling paper. And so when I'm doing that, I'll often just do journaling for future stories. So that is December daily for today and Craftmas for day 23. I hope you're having a wonderful Christmas season. I will be back for 2 more videos. Tomorrow you'll see more of my December daily, and on the 25th I just have a special video I want to share with you. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will chat with you tomorrow.